It was pretty decent. 7 out of 10 is what I would say if I was reviewing Send Help today, but I'm not. I'm reviewing the new Strangers trilogy, which sucked. I saw the first one in theaters, skipped the second one because I knew it would suck, and then watched the third one in theaters. But the night before, I saw the third movie, The Strangers Chapter 3. I watched The Strangers Chapter 1 and The Strangers Chapter 2 back to back. And, oh boy, they were stinky. They were fucking bad. And so today I'm going to be talking about all three of those fucking stinkers. Holy shit. As you can see, I have the mask on to celebrate these movies. I thought it would be funny if I have the mask on. This is the only Strangers mask I have. My mom got it from Spirit Halloween. I'm going to be talking about Strangers Chapter 1 first, and some of you might get confused. I'm not talking about the 2008 original film. That movie is a modern classic. That is a good movie. And then there was this sequel. There was the sequel, The Strangers Pray at Night, which was like fun. It wasn't amazing. The acting wasn't great. The characters weren't great. But it was an entertaining movie. It was like a 5. But like overall, when it comes to like entertainment, that movie is a 10. That movie is so fun to watch. It is pure slasher campiness. It is such a fun movie. And I love it to death because of that. It is such a stupid movie. I'm not talking about those two today. I'm talking about the Strangers Chapter 1 from 2024, the Strangers Chapter 2 from last year, and then the Strangers Chapter 3 from this year. The reason why it took me so long to talk about this is because I just didn't want to waste my breath talking about these fucking abominable movies. They are so bad. My hair, speaking of bad, my hair's fucked. It's like 8 in the morning right now. I just woke up. I've got major bedhead going on. But yeah, the mask has nice hair, so it's like fuck, man. I've got Albert Einstein going on behind the mask. Meanwhile, the mask just look at that shit. Nice fucking hair. I'm gonna quit stalling, and I'm gonna be talking about these movies now. So Chapter 1 follows this couple, Maya, and I don't know the guy's name, but the woman's named Maya. I straight up forgot the boyfriend's name. They were dating for like 5 years, but they haven't gotten married yet. And they're going on a road trip to Oregon, and they have some trouble with their car, and so they stop by at this place called Venus, Oregon, where they stay at this Airbnb for like the remainder of the night, and the car is expected to be fixed by the morning. So I wrote some notes down for these movies. After watching them, I watched them back to back again. I barely remembered these movies. I knew they'd be just forgettable and bad. So I wrote down some notes. I wrote down 6 pages of notes. That is how much I have to say about this baffling dog shit trilogy. And I can't read this for shit. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna be talking about Chapter 1 first. So, fun fact about the Strangers, the new Strangers trilogy. They filmed Chapters 1 through 3 consecutively, expecting that these would be mega bangers. And they released them consecutively from 2024 to 2026. And all 3 of these movies just super flopped. Nobody saw these except for me, because I knew they would be super fucking stinkers, and by God, they are so fucking bad. I remember the director of this trilogy said something really fucking dumb. He said like
that Chapter 1 wasn't a remake, even though it is just a carbon copy of the original movie, which is much better, by the way. Um, but yeah, I remember this fucking thing the boyfriend did that just pissed me off. He has actual Marvel dialogue. He always makes quips, and everyone hates it. The characters hate it. The audience hates it. They go to this diner, and he makes like a sarcastic, quippy remark to the waitress there, and she gets all pissed off. It's so fucking bad. The dialogue, the writing in this movie, whoo boy, it is stinky. It is fucking stinky. And so they after that they go back to the Airbnb, and they get a knock on the door. There's this woman, and she asks, "Is Tamara here?" If you know that line, if that's familiar to you, it's from the first Strangers movie, and the line is supposed to be, "Is Tamara home?" They fucked it up. They fucked up the line. And I can see why they did it, because this isn't their house, but it still is a house, and it's like, it's just rewritten for convenience. It's just fucking dumb. And so the lady fucks off after the boyfriend's like, "No, Tamara's not here." The lady just fucking leaves, and they're trying to fix their fridge, because they need to cool their beers. They need to cool their fucking beers. It is, oof, this movie's rough. And so they call the owner of the Airbnb. Keep in mind, it's like fucking past midnight. It's like 2 a.m. And they call him about the fridge. They're like, "Hey, can you come over and fix the fridge?" Which is just super inconsiderate, by the way. He's probably sleeping. And you call him about this fucking fridge. You're staying here until the morning when the car's fixed. How bad is this couple's fucking alcoholism? They can't go one night without drinking a 6-pack of brewskis with the boys. It is, oh my god, it's unhinged. And the next part reveals that there's a motorcycle at this Airbnb. Keep that in mind. There's a motorcycle here. A working motorcycle that the boyfriend doesn't have any trouble starting up. The reason he's starting up this motorcycle is so he can go back to town and get his inhaler, which he left in the car. And so he does that. He drives to town in his motorcycle. And when that happens, the strangers, they come and harass Maya. They start fucking with her. One of them's in the house. They turn the power off. Maya sees one of the strangers. It's the fucking redesigned one that just looks like a shittier version of the original blonde stranger lady. You know who I'm talking about. If you even know what this movie is. I doubt that half of you have even heard of this dog shit trilogy, since they all mega flopped. They are fucking awful. But the boyfriend, he comes back after Maya freaks out and runs upstairs after seeing the stranger. And the boyfriend, he comes back with his inhaler and a burger. And Maya, he finds Maya hiding in one of the rooms. And she's like, I wrote this down. "There's someone in the house. I saw someone in the house." And he says, "Really? There's someone in the house? Have you been smoking?" I shit you not. He says that. Instead of being concerned, he's just acting like a fucking douchebag. "Have you been smoking, Maya?" And she's like, "Yeah, a little bit." And so she takes him to where they saw, or where she saw the stranger, and there's this picture of a clown on the wall. And the boyfriend is like, you saw this. This is what you saw. He gaslights her into believing that's what she saw. And he goes, "The Freaky Brothers is strong stuff." It is fucking bad. The writing, holy shit. I need to fix my hair too. Holy fucking shit. I'll be right back. Alright. Now I don't look like a caveman anymore. There are some parts that are like sticking up a little bit. I swear to God, I put you down, you motherfucker. Alright, Another thing that pisses me off about this first movie is that the motorcycle, they still have that shit. And someone broke into the house. Maya knows that, even though she was just gaslit by her boyfriend. If he had a fucking brain, a single neuron activated, he would have detected that this is serious, that she's not fucking around, that there are possibly invaders harassing her. And if he had a single ounce of intelligence in his noodle, he would have driven her back to town. They would have spent the night somewhere safe with people, but they don't. They stay in the fucking house. And now the strangers, they start breaking down the door. The scarecrow guy from the first movie, the guy, the big dude with the scarecrow bag mask. He breaks down the door, and boyfriend realizes Maya's not fucking around. No shit, she's not fucking around, jackass. So they hide. Boyfriend and Maya, they hide, and the stranger fucks off just instantly. He just instantly leaves. And the boyfriend says, I shit you not, he says, okay, he's gone. It's so fucking bad. And so now, after like 5 years of being dumb fucks, they go to the motorcycle. Or they go to the motorcycle and they see the strangers standing by it, and the motorcycle just straight up explodes like a Michael Bay movie. It just blows the fuck up. And so they try to escape another way. They see an air vent, they crawl into it. It's one of those ground vents. And they go down in this crawl space underneath the floor. And they hear footsteps above them. The scarecrow guy, scarecrow man, he is lurking, he's looking for them, he's above them. We hear his footsteps. And they are trying to keep very quiet. And so when Maya's crawling, she hits her hand on a nail. It goes through her hand, and she tries to keep quiet. And ever since A Quiet Place, every fucking horror movie has done this. Every single one. Because A Quiet Place just executed it brilliantly. And now every movie, during a suspenseful scene where someone's trying to keep quiet and trying not to alert the bad guys, they hit their hand or their foot on a nail or a sharp object, and it's just, oh my god. It's so bad. And so they eventually find a way to crawl outside, and they go to the shed to find weapons instead of running to town or anything like that. And the whole time they're outside, they're talking at full volume. I shit you not. The moment the strangers are out of sight, out of earshot, they just start talking with their outside voices. It is so fucking dumb. And so when they get in the shed, the boyfriend, he finds a shotgun, and the strangers, they try to fucking attack them. He starts shooting willy-nilly. He misses his shots because of course he does. And they go back into the house. They're ready to blast ass. Boyfriend's got his shotgun. He's confident as all hell, and he hears knocking on the front door, just banging. And so when he opens the door, he just fucking pulls the trigger instantly. And it's just a 1-to-1 to that scene from the original Strangers, but worse, where he realizes he killed an innocent person rather than one of the strangers. He shot the Airbnb owner, who did in fact come to fix their fridge. It is fucking rough. He sits there fake crying. The acting's really bad. He's like, oh no, oh, I killed him. And Maya's like, it's okay, you didn't know, it's okay. Oh, I killed him. Oh, it's actually just like that. It's like that. When in the first movie, the original movie, the boyfriend actually fucking puts effort into his performance. It is just that scene, but worse. It is so bad. And they realize, wait a second, he drove a car here. Because, no shit, No shit, he fucking drove a car here. The town's like 5 miles away. And so, and so they just fucking, they just take the keys and they just try to start the car. The bag man, Scarecrow from Batman, he drives his truck, rams into the side of their car and pins it against a tree. And he just goes back and forth, slamming the car, or the truck into the car. And the boyfriend takes for fucking ever to pull out the shotgun. He's like, Maya, run! Run! Save yourself! I'll sacrifice myself for you, my love. And she runs out. She's just fucking gone. She left the game. And the moment he pulls out the shotgun, Stranger's gone. Bagman, he is gone. He left the game too. And we cut to Maya, who's running through the woods trying to hide. And this scene, when I saw it in theaters, and also just when I saw it earlier, this scene was just so excruciatingly fucking long. Holy shit, it was so long. It was probably like 3 minutes, but it felt like 10. It was so fucking long. And she's like hiding in a pile of leaves. One of the strangers, the woman in the mask I was wearing earlier, is like lurking around. She's very close to finding Maya. And after walking away, Maya pulls out her phone and calls the cops, which she should have done earlier, by the way. The moment she saw that guy in the house, or the stranger in the house who scared the living shit out of her while she was smoking, that's when she should have called the cops. That's when she should have done it. Before the boyfriend got back. If there is someone in your house, call the cops. But she doesn't. She just waits till this fucking moment for some reason. And it's so stupid because the stranger is really close by. She just left earshot. She just walked out of frame, and the moment she does that, Maya just pulls out her phone, just light blasting her face, and just calls the cops. She'd hear that. The stranger, she'd hear that. She'd see that. And fucking, it's like in the first two movies, The Strangers 2008 and Pray at Night, the first thing the strangers do after breaking into their victims' homes is break their cell phones. They break all the electronics. They throw them in the fireplace. They do everything they can to break these devices. The strangers in this trilogy don't give a flying fuck about electronics. They don't even know what phones are. They are just that dumb. They are actual just cavemen. They are so bad at what they do. It is fucking rough. And so the boyfriend ambushes the girl in the mask with the black hair, and he puts the shotgun up to the back of her head, and he's like, "Give me one reason why I shouldn't shoot you. Drop the knife, bitch." And he doesn't fucking shoot her. Why would he shoot her? Even though he shot an innocent bystander earlier with no hesitation, just blind firing him, he doesn't shoot her. Even though she's trying to kill him and his girlfriend. Like, what the fuck? Really? You're gonna pull the "give me one reason why I shouldn't shoot you" card out of your asshole? You're gonna do that? And he just gets fucking choke slammed by Scarecrow Man. Scarecrow Man comes out of fucking nowhere from the top rope and just fucking slams his ass. And the girlfriend also gets knocked out by the third person, the third stranger who barely fucking did anything in this movie. And they wake up, they're tied to chairs like in the first original, much better film. It's literally a 1-to-1 with that original scene, the original ending. It's just worse. And the strangers, they stab them. And then they leave, the strangers leave, the cops show up, and Maya survives while the boyfriend fucking dies, and then the movie ends. And it's just a waste of time. It is awful. It is so fucking bad. That was a pussy burp. And so now, I'm going to be talking about Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is a direct continuation of the first movie. She wakes up in the hospital. It starts with her in the hospital. I don't remember, like, anything from this piece of shit. I wrote down so many notes for this awful fucking movie. It is easily the most forgettable of the three. And so she wakes up in the hospital. She tries to escape while being pursued by the strangers. It is immediately just 0 to 100. The hospital's fucking huge, by the way. It's like a Resident Evil building. It is massive. It is a massive maze. And for some reason, she's like the only person in this hospital. And except for, the strangers, by the way, because they're fucking on her ass. They knew somehow she would be taken to that hospital specifically. They somehow knew she survived fucking through plot convenience. I don't know. She runs around the hospital. I also remember this one scene in the beginning. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place with this review. Because this movie's pacing and just continuity, its story is just all over the place too. I'm going to sound like an unhinged lunatic when I talk about this piece of shit, so be warned. There's this scene completely unrelated in the beginning where she runs into this sheriff, the sheriff of the town. And it's just very clear right off the bat that he's being set up as one of the bad guys. He is most likely involved with these murders. At first I thought he was a red herring, but no, he's just revealed to be fucking evil. And I know you guys just don't care about spoilers for this trash trilogy, so I'm not even warning you guys about that. I am diving into spoiler territory's fucking ass. So, yeah. The hospital scene is excruciatingly long. It's one of the better scenes in the movie, but it's still bad. It's still bad. And it goes on for what feels like 20 minutes. It is fucking rough. The hospital is literally just a fucking maze. She goes into pretty much every room in that fucking building. And every time she bumps into one of the strangers just so happens to be in these rooms. There's one part where she goes in like the basement of the hospital and one of them's down there. They just know that she's there. They just teleport to her. It happens like 5 fucking times. And for some reason there's just literally no one else in this hospital except for one guy who's like a janitor or something. And he just gets absolutely fucking obliterated by a Scarecrow guy, by Scarecrow Man. He just annihilates the guy with his axe. And after that, Maya escapes the hospital and she just runs off in the woods. Somehow, the strangers are still on her tail because they have like fucking predator technology. And just like another thing that pisses me off about this movie is a good chunk of this film just fleshes out the strangers, 2 of the 3 strangers. The one who wasn't really characterized is the blonde lady because no one cares about her. She was underutilized in the first movie. She's underutilized in this one too. And one of the strangers, the black-haired woman, is revealed to be the waitress from the last movie, who was in the movie for like 5 minutes. Her name is Shelley. And I truly believe if the boyfriend didn't fucking pull quips out of his asshole and out of his dick hole and piss off the waitress, the couple would have had a better chance to survive, and he would be with Maya and they would be living happily ever after. I say probably, but at the same time, the strangers could have picked them out. I don't fucking know. I am all over the place right now. I am just fucking oof. Wow, I'm porky picking right now. I'm just fucking baffled that this trilogy even exists. And this second movie is, I think, easily the worst out of all of them. It is so fucking bad. And holy shit. Oh, excuse me. This movie got me a little gassy. And so we meet one of the strangers. She's Shelley, the waitress. I said that. We flash back to her childhood. She was just straight up evil out the womb. The moment she popped out of her mother's pussy, she was plotting world domination like fucking Stewie Griffin. And she has a crush on this boy, and when another girl tries to hang out with him, she kills her. She kills this girl. And this girl is revealed to be Tamara. And the boy is revealed to be the Scarecrow Man. It just gives an origin to the phrase, is Tamara here? Which in the first movie was just kind of like a vague phrase that they said in order to build up the mysteriousness of the strangers. And this movie just completely shits on that. The strangers are supposed to be mysterious characters. This movie takes that idea, fucking rolls it up on a little piece of paper, and shoves it down its fucking dick hole, and then shoots it out like a fucking shotgun, soaked with piss and shit and cum. I don't fucking know. I am going insane. I am going fucking crazy. I'm going batshit. I'm acting like one of the characters from this movie right now. I can't say a single goddamn thing that makes sense, and I apologize so much for that, because I hate this fucking movie with a burning passion. I am fuming right now. I am fucking fuming. This movie pisses me off so much. Anyway, enough stalling. Holy shit. Maya finds a road. She finds a road. She's in the woods. She finds a road. And she just straight up stops a fucking car. It's like inches from hitting her. It should have just hit her and just killed her. Then the movie would be over and I wouldn't have to waste my time and money seeing this piece of dog shit. I didn't see it in theaters. This is the only one I didn't pay for. I watched it on like a fucking streaming service. I forgot which one. I don't care. I paid for the other two though, and it's the biggest waste of money I've ever made in my entire life. I'd rather give my money to a fucking scammer. And she stops the car. She stops the car, right? And the two women in the car let her in. They don't start driving right away, and she gets all tense because of that. Maya gets all tense. She's like, "Why aren't you driving?" And then the driver locks the car doors, and this sends Maya into fucking gorilla mode. She starts screaming, shaking her head around, just going fucking nuts, panicking, kicking the fucking door, trying to blast it open with her foot. Even though fucking car doors lock from the inside, she could just open it. Oh my god, it is fucking bad. And the fucking Porky Pigging again. The two women, they try to calm her down, and they eventually succeed in calming her down. They start driving, right? They start driving after what felt like 5 years of them just sitting there doing nothing. And they pick up these two guys who were just wandering around like poorly coded NPCs. And the two guys are revealed to be the roommates of the two women. One of the guys being named Gregory. And I just wrote down here in the notes, I wrote down, Dick Stain here forgot the keys. That's a line he actually said in the movie. I wrote that down in my notes. He said that to the women, referring to the other guy. His name's like Wayne or something, I think. And Gregory has a smiley face tattoo on his neck. And I'm just gonna pull the condom off, go all raw, no rubber. Gregory is the Scarecrow guy. He's the Scarecrow guy. I know you guys don't care about spoilers. That's the big reveal. I was saving that for the third movie, but he's the fucking Scarecrow guy. Alright? He is. The moment I saw that smiley face on his neck, I was like, yeah, he's the Scarecrow guy. I thought they might try to do a red herring with that, but I was like, you know what, the writing in these two movies is just so fucking bad that they wouldn't go for something like that. They wouldn't go for a red herring because the writing is just that god-awful. And, the scene is just like setting these people up as like very off-putting, very creepy, very suspicious. This scene is just essentially saying that anyone in this car could be this, like, one of the strangers. Everyone in this car could be the strangers. You know, Maya's not safe in this vehicle. One of the women, who was revealed to be ex-military earlier in the scene, starts cutting an apple with her fucking combat knife. And she just starts, like, biting the apple off the knife, like, and she just starts sucking the apple juices off the fucking knife. It's stupid. And she, like, puts the knife down after she's done eating. She puts it down in that spot between the driver's seat and passenger seat of the car. You know, the spot that sometimes has cup holders, but in this car it doesn't, because this car sucks and this movie sucks. And so when she does that, Maya grabs the knife, fucking tramples the guy next to her, just fucking crawls over him, and just slams the door open, and she just flops out the vehicle while it's still moving, by the way. It's going like 30 miles per hour, and she just rolls down a hill, and she just runs off into the woods as the people in the car they stop, and they just like call her name, try to get her back in the car, because she's just not in a rational state of mind. And so after this, it's like the next morning. They were driving in like a thunderstorm at night. I forgot to mention that. It's like the next morning. This is like the only semi-good scene in the entire trilogy. It's a boar attack scene. And it's pretty well done, even though some of the parts in this scene, some of the shots were just one-to-one with that bear scene from The Revenant. There's this shot where she's laying on her stomach and the pig's like sniffing her, and that's just straight up a one-to-one shot of the bear attack scene from The Revenant. It is fucking crazy. What I was particularly impressed by was the CGI. In some of these shots, the boar looks borderline real. It looks like a real animal. And in some other shots, it looks like a PlayStation game. It's very inconsistent, but when the CGI hits, it hits. And when the CGI shits, it shits. All over the place. It's very inconsistent. And after a little bit of being mauled and gored by this boar, she ends up stabbing and killing it. And it dies on top of her. Yet again, like the bear scene from The Revenant. And even though she was just mauled, and earlier in the last movie she was stabbed, and she's just bleeding heavily and injured to all hell and back, she just gets up and starts hobbling through the woods with the power of plot armor on her side. And she finds the house from the previous movie, the Airbnb, which is now a crime scene covered in yellow tape like a Capcom game. When she gets into the house, she runs into this guy. The guy just straight up fast travels to her. He just appears. And he's revealed to be internal affairs, and he's investigating the sheriff, who's suspected to be involved with the murders. I'm gonna rip the band-aid off right now. He is involved. Heavily involved. And so the guy, the internal affairs guy, is like, "Oh shit, you look fucked up. I'm gonna drive you to a hospital." And so he leads her to his car, and she gets in, and the moment he fucking steps outside, he gets fucking quick scoped by a crossbow. And one of the strangers comes up to Maya. She's in the car. She drives that shit off. The stranger shoots the truck or the car. I don't remember if it was a car or truck. I was like falling asleep during this part. I was like actually snoozing. I was trying so hard to stay awake during this baffling, boring fucking movie. And the vehicle starts to break down because it took a couple crossbow bolts to the ass. And Maya manages to drive over to a house right before the vehicle breaks down, and that just so happens to be the residence of the people who picked her up earlier in the movie. And she gets some rest in the house. She gets all stitched up, and Gregory's in the house too. And my god, he has some bad fucking dialogue. I forgot exactly what he said, because I was too fucking sleepy and drowsy to write notes down. But he says some Reddit tier shit. And like later in the movie, I forgot what happened between that and this scene I'm about to discuss. But my lord, there is this part where Gregory like drives off. He just fucking leaves. He fucks off. He dips. And then right after that, the strangers break into the house and they kill all the people inside except for Maya. And Maya locks herself in a room. And one of the strangers, this pisses me off so much. This part I'm about to discuss actually got me fucking red-faced and fuming. One of the strangers is just behind her, and instead of killing Maya, she just starts singing Rockabye Baby while fucking aura farming for the camera. And then Maya turns around, pulls a pair of scissors out of hammer space, and stabs her. And then she runs to the bathroom. And the strangers are just gone. They just left. They dipped. They fast traveled to a different part of the map. And an ambulance comes to pick up Maya, since the people who patched her up, they called for one earlier. And one of the strangers, Shelly, is actually in there when Maya walks into the ambulance. When Maya gets in the ambulance, Shelly is in there. Evil, evil Shelly. And Maya absolutely fucking annihilates her, by the way. Even though she was stabbed, mauled, and gored by a feral hog, and she just got absolutely fucked in the ass by blunt force trauma throughout this entire journey, just rolling down hills, probably breaking tons of fucking bones, jumping out of a vehicle while it's going like 30 miles per hour, landing on hard fucking asphalt. Just somehow, she just fucking overpowers her and kills her with the scissors. But wait, she isn't revealed to be actually dead for some reason. And then when Maya realizes that, she just flips the ambulance. She just grabs the wheel and just flips that shit. And then the stranger, Shelly, is dead. She's double dead. And Maya, she crawls out in the woods. And then the Scarecrow Man and the third stranger, who's still just underutilized as fuck, are mourning their fallen fuck buddy. And he's like, the Scarecrow Man, Gregory, he's crying over a corpse. And then there's this other shitty flashback to their childhood where Shelly kills Tamara and her and Gregory draw a smiley face out of her blood. And then the movie ends. It is so bad, it's easily the worst one in the whole trilogy. And now I'm going to be talking about Chapter 3. I need a water, holy shit. Chapter 3. It leaves off where Chapter 2 ended. Right off the bat. You can watch all these movies back to back, and it'll be 4.5 hours of torture. Maya's watching the strangers in the woods. Fucking, I can't speak, goddammit. They're mourning their fallen comrade. And Gregory just gets up, slams the axe into Shelly's corpse, into Shelly's cold, stiff fucking corpse, because, I don't know, he's a psychopath. Maya kind of just fucks off and starts walking down the road, and the sheriff from earlier finds her and picks her up, and he's just creepy. He's a weirdo. He's a freak. He didn't like scare me or anything. His dialogue's just ass. And I forgot how, I don't remember, but she ends up stealing his car and just starts driving off. At the moment she does that, she just starts fiddling with some bullshit in the passenger seat, and her car fucking slams into a tree. She just crashes that shit immediately. She probably drove like 100 feet before crashing that fucking thing. And Gregory comes back and he abducts her. He abducts Maya. I would say he fast traveled again, but truth be told, she did not drive that car very far. And the flashback, there's a flashback, just straight up a fucking flashback immediately. And it reveals that Gregory is the sheriff's son, and he is facing imprisonment for the murder of Tamara. He's in court. And the sheriff ends up getting the dubski. Gregory's free to go. Somehow. And so, sheriff, after the fucking trial's finished, after Gregory's let off scot-free, even though he murdered a young girl, the sheriff, like, he fucking talks to him and Shelly, and he's like, listen here, bub, I'm gonna have to set some ground rules here with you. No murdering townspeople. You can only murder out-of-towners if you want to get your fix. And that's just fucking stupid. That's just gonna draw more attention to your town. Like, the fucking state police are gonna be like, this is strange. Whoever visits Venus, Oregon ends up getting brutally murdered. Huh. We should investigate that. Like that's fucking dumb. That is mind-numbingly stupid. But it's fucking bulletproof in this universe. It's bulletproof. It's the perfect plan. Realistically, if this movie was at all realistic whatsoever, this plan would backfire harder than one of Dutch van der Linden's fucking plans. Holy shit. It is bad. And so, the sheriff, it's just, that's when it's revealed that he covers up the murders and all that shit. And then we see Maya waking up in a sawmill, and she sees a body get tossed into a wood chipper. I forgot whose body it was, or if it was even a character in the movie, or if it was just a random corpse. I forgot about this scene entirely. I don't remember a single second of this scene other than what I just described. I think she blacks out. I don't know. Next scene I'm going to talk about is when Gregory and Maya are in like an underground facility or something, like a fucking huge bunker, fallout shelter. And she gives her the mask that Shelley wore. And she becomes the new Shelley. Which is interesting. It could have been interesting, but like that idea is like, you know, okay, that's a little bit more original than the other two stinkers. Like, Victim becomes part of the killer trio. This movie fucking fumbles that idea. And it's executed horribly. And then we cut to Maya's sister, her husband, and then some fucking guy in the car. He's like an agent. I'm just gonna call him the third guy. And they're trying to find Maya. And they end up following the sheriff. And then we get another fucking flashback. This film's somehow more all over the place than the second movie, by the way. We get a flashback to when Gregory and Shelley are teenagers, and they're waiting outside of a gas station trying to pick out a victim. And Shelley goes inside the gas station to get a closer look. When she's like looking around for people, this 20-year-old guy, just like straight up grown-ass man, walks up to her and just starts hitting on her with really uncomfortable, creepy dialogue. And she's like 14. And then the guy's girlfriend walks up to him. She's all pissed off. She's like, "Baby, I thought you wouldn't do this again." And he's like, "Shut up, bitch. I'm not doing anything. It's not what it looks like." And then Shelley walks back outside. And this couple, they go to this nearby motel. And Shelley's like, I think she says like something along the lines of them. And she walks to the motel room they're staying at with Gregory, and she knocks on the door. She says, "Is Tamara here?" And after a little bit, they end up opening the door, and it's revealed that the girl stabbed her boyfriend to death. And then she becomes the third stranger. She joins them. And then, after that, we go back to the present, yet again, with Maya. The strangers went back to the motel, and they tied up a couple of the chairs. Maya's there watching. And then Gregory tells Maya to kill one of them. She just refuses. She says no. She shakes her head. And then, so Gregory just kills the husband, or boyfriend, or whatever, with his axe. While Gregory's killing the guy with his axe, Maya takes this time as an opportunity to kill his little sidekick with her own machete. And she just straight up did nothing this whole trilogy. She killed like one person, and that's the boyfriend. Her boyfriend, not Maya's. And Maya just like she goes into this trance, and Gregory, he notices that. He like walks up to her, he like pulls her up, caresses her chin. And he's like, "Felt good, didn't it?" And it's like pushing this idea that Maya might actually enjoy killing people. that she's not as innocent as she seems, but it's never really explicitly told to us if she does or not. And then we go back to the sister, husband, and the agent guy. They're supposed to be following the sheriff unnoticed, but they're like 40 feet behind him, and they have their fucking headlights on. And so obviously the sheriff notices them, and he pulls over. And I think he runs off into the woods. It isn't seen if he does that. He fucks off. He leaves. And the third guy who's with them, he's like, I'll find him. You stay safe. You stay in that trailer over there. And so right before they get to the trailer, the agent guy, the third guy, gives the husband a gun. And so the agent guy just starts wandering aimlessly in the woods. Like me when I'm lost in an open world game. He ends up finding the sawmill with the wood chipper. And as that's happening, we cut to the couple, the sister and her husband, in the trailer, and Gregory rams his truck into it, knocks it over. And the husband, he just starts shooting willy-nilly, just shooting at fucking nothing, like a really bad CS player who's also lagging. And he runs out of ammo, because of course he does. And then Gregory kills him right in front of his wife, the sister. And Maya's also in the truck, by the way. Maya's in Gregory's truck. She could drive off, but she fucking doesn't. And Gregory drags her sister out of the trailer and kills her right in front of Maya. And Maya just has this very emotionless reaction. She just does nothing, says nothing, just completely emotionless. After that part, Gregory just fucks off and he reunites with the sheriff. And Maya drives away with her sister's body in the truck. And then out of nowhere, she just has this come to Jesus moment where she's like, actually, no, I want revenge. And so she just turns around, U-turns, and drives to the underground facility, place the fallout shelter. And she has the shotgun. I don't remember how she got it. I'm 100% honest. I don't remember how she got this boomstick. I think it's the same one from the first movie. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just, my mind, I'm blanking out. My mind's fucked. I'm blanking out. She finds the sheriff upon entering this fallout shelter, who's like drinking a beer and listening to some tunes, and she blasts the fuck out of him. She blasts the living shit right out of his asshole, and he dies on the spot. And then she wanders into this room, this random room. It has candles and pictures of Gregory and Shelley all over the place, and it's revealed to be Gregory's room. And then the worst scene of the movie happens, and I wrote all of this down. Let me read it. The worst fucking dialogue starts being spouted out of these goobers' fucking gobs. Gregory says, "There's only pain in you now." He's like sitting in a chair. She's standing, he's sitting. I don't know why I need to say that. That's not important. And then Maya says, "There's nothing in me now." Gregory says, "I freed you." And then Maya says, "Take off your mask. I want to see you." And then Gregory does that. He takes off his mask. And there's like this bass boom rumble where it's like, holy shit, it's Gregory. Even though I figured that out in the second fucking movie. And then he says, "All these years, you're the only one that survived. She was pure. My only light in the darkness." Which actually just sounds like some fucking Reddit shit. And then Maya says, "It's quiet in the dark." Gregory says, "Serene." And Maya just says, "I came here to kill you." And then Gregory goes, "So do it." And Maya says, "Everything I ever cared about is gone. You took it from me. You're all that's left." And Gregory walks up to her, and Maya, she says, "It's empty." She's referring to the shotgun. Gregory just takes it, tosses tosses it off to the side. I'm stuttering like a madman. He grabs her, and I shit you not. I shit you not. Romantic music starts playing as he just starts sniffing her neck, Joe Biden style, and just starts caressing her face. and she like runs her hands up and down his back, and he rolls his eyes into the back of his head, like he's busting a fucking nut. And she just stabs him. She stabs him, and he falls on his ass. And he says something, but I didn't know what he said. I just couldn't. It was illegible. I didn't know what the fuck he said. I just straight up didn't understand him. His last words were a fucking incomprehensible mess. I think he said like something along the lines of like, wanna sing now. And then she like finishes him off with his own axe, and then she says maybe. And then she walks out of the fallout shelter holding his mask. And then she walks into the woods. Will she become a stranger? I don't know. Will she replace them? I don't fucking know. The movie ends. And it's dog shit. This trilogy, this whole fucking thing is dog shit. One of the things that made the original Strangers movie so horrifying was that the strangers themselves were a mystery. We never figure out who they are. We never figure out why they kill people. They just do it. They're just unhinged psychopaths for the sake of it. And that's what makes the original film so good, is like the vagueness. And this trilogy just takes a shit on the concept of the strangers. It is so bad. It is easily the worst trilogy I have ever seen in my life. I've seen like worse one-off movies. I've seen worse like double features, but I've never seen a trilogy this bad, and I genuinely believe that this is the worst trilogy ever made.
The Strangers Chapter 1 is getting a 2 out of 10. It's the best of the trilogy, and it's still dog shit. It is a carbon copy of the original, and that's just sinful. Speaking of sinful, the second movie, holy shit, that is easily the worst one of the three. I am giving that bad boy a 1 out of 10. The Strangers Chapter 2 is just so much worse than the other two movies in every regard. It's so forgettable and bland and boring, and there's like one semi-good scene in it, and even then that scene was ripped straight from The Revenant. And finally, The Strangers Chapter 3, which is just an unhinged mess all around, is getting a 1.5 out of 10. It is awful. This trilogy is awful. And I genuinely think it is the worst trilogy of movies ever made. So yeah, that's about it, slimes, primals, and slimals. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.